Barkerville, British Columbia is a restored 1860s gold rush town 81 kilometers east of Quesnel, BC. Hi, my name is James Douglas. I'm the manager of visitor experiences with Barkerville Historic Town and Park. With a wintertime population of just 200 people in Barkerville and nearby Wells, I must admit I was a little surprised to receive a phone call from the folks at National Canadian Film Day wondering if we'd like to host a screening for this year's event. Well, we love movies in Barkerville, so I jumped at the chance, and before I knew it, the historic Sunset Theatre in nearby Wells was on board as our venue.
Would you like some popcorn?
I also realized this would be a great opportunity to show more than one film. So very quickly, we decided on 3 screenings for the day, and we'd hold a bit of a mini fest for National Canadian Film Day. One of the films, The F Word, was based on a play that was written by 2 friends of mine, TJ Daw and Mike Rinaldi. Thanks to the generous support of National Canadian Film Day, we were actually able to bring TJ and Mike out for the event to talk about the development of their play to the screen. TJ arrived first, and I'm picking up Mike a little later today. The F Word was based on your play, Toothpaste and Cigars?
Yeah, Mike Rinaldi and I started writing a play. Mike and I have been friends since we were theater students in UVic 20-some years ago.
The visitor center was new when I was here.
Yeah, it would have been fairly new, yeah. And we're doing a big renovation of the inside of it right now.
Oh, cool. Right, so it was brand new last time I was here, but now it's brand new again.
That's right. Mike Rinaldi actually worked in Barkerville as an actor back in 1996 and 97, and he hasn't been back in 19 years.
Where's the church? We used to go to the church every Sunday.
It's a really great opportunity to bring my friend home and to have the community welcome him back.
I do have a bit of fear driving up here about guilt about how I haven't really stayed in touch with people.
In the early 2000s, we started writing a scene just based on the notion of unrequited love. It was an experience we both had, meeting somebody, really connecting, and then after a certain point, finding out that they're not available. And maybe that connection was not imbued with flirtation the way you thought it was. I toured fringe festivals across Canada with Mike in the male role. And when it played in Vancouver, a friend saw it, loved it, offered to shop it around to some film contacts. And then began the long, convoluted series of events that eventually resulted in it being turned into a feature film.
It was like 10 years in the making before it was a movie.
It was possibly going to be made by Fox Searchlight Pictures at one point.
So much of that 10 years was just waiting for news.
There was a director attached, there was a star attached, there was a shooting date, it was canceled 2 weeks within filming, it was shelved, and basically we were told it's dead. It will be dead forevermore.
Until this Canadian company went and bought it back from Fox Searchlight and brought it to Canada and got Mike Dowse, and Mike Dowse got Daniel Radcliffe. And then as soon as that happened, it was like super fast, and suddenly we were on set meeting Radcliffe. And Radcliffe was super nice. It was very bantery, and everyone was very funny and excited on the set. And it somehow came out that I did the splits. Probably would look better if you saw it that way.
Yeah,
right?
it would. It would be awesome.
You do the splits, you can't just say that and like not do them. I don't know if I have enough space. So I was suddenly doing the splits for Harry Potter. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
We decided to kick off our event with a community barbecue. And 2 traditional dancers from the Secwepemc Nation of the Northern Shuswap, Mike Ratasket and Cheryl Chapman, are starting things off with some drumming and song outside, and then they're going to present on the stage before our first screening of Real Injun. The documentary film shows the depiction of First Nations culture in movies from the silent era through to today.
I knew that an event like this would be something that the town would really respond to, and indeed they have.
Our late night show is the dark comedy Defendor, about a mild-mannered steel worker in Hamilton, Ontario, who moonlights as a costumed vigilante.
Defender.
It stars Woody Harrelson and is supported by our good friends at Prince George's Northern FanCon. There's a question back there.
Are you guys still writing or have anything else in production?
We both write plays and still do theater.
So I suppose the last question, Mike, is would you do the splits for us?
Oh gosh, okay. Okay, here we go. It's gonna be messy.
It was an amazing day. It seemed like everybody was talking about our event. In fact, a full 1/4 of the town's wintertime population showed up. It was great to have Mike and TJ back and to hear from them what it was like to have their play turned into a movie. But I think the most powerful and lasting memory for me will be that just a couple of days after our film day event, I was approached in the street by a friend who admitted to me that she was a little bit nervous about coming to our film fest because she'd never been to one before and wondered if it would be boring. But everybody else in town was going, so she decided to come along and she brought her kids. And she said that it was our screening of Real Injun that had honestly changed her life. I am the Wolverine! She'd grown up in rural Alberta, and she and her friends and family had some pretty outdated views growing up about the First Nations communities that were her neighbors. When she got home from the fest, she phoned her family and had a long conversation with them about the effect that the movie had had on her. And she really felt that it was going to change the way she and the people that she knew treated their neighbors in Alberta. So the power of Canadian film had actually done what it wanted to do, change this woman's life.